Namaskar to all of you. If you permit, shall we start? Yes. We'll have it in both. I'll have a portion in English and then a portion in Hindi. We'll have it in both. Let me start. I've just started. We'll continue. Now, we all are aware of the fact that important news cropped up in a day or two, yesterday, day before yesterday, and that was a land deal which had taken place between Mr. Robert Vadra's Skylight Hospitality Company and Messrs. DLF Universal Limited, which was in some kind of problem, was legitimized by the Haryana government just before the government went for polls. Now, there are serious issues involved in this particular case, and that's the reason as to why I have come out with a number of points where we have certain questions that we want to ask. Just as a prelude, we would remember that Skylight Hospitality had bought some acres of land in a place in Gurgaon for approximately 7.5 crores. And thereafter, it had entered into a deal with DLF and had sold the property to DLF for a whooping 58 crore rupees. It was a deal for the land as well as a commercial license which Skylight Hospitality had acquired only within 18 days of applying for the same after buying the land. So surely, as far as the first part of corruption is concerned, if you would remember, the Bharatiya Janata Party had come up with a whole document of Damad Shri, and as to how fictitious dealing was there, we had all dealt with it at length. So I would not be going into it. It was just a prelude as to what has happened. Now thereafter, what happened was, the mutation of this particular piece of land in possession of Skylight Hospitality ran into some kind of legal tussle, and it could not be mutated. What was the reason as to why the mutation of this particular piece of land could not take place? If you would revisit to 15th of October 2012, there was a piece of letter written by the then Director General Consolidation of the government of Haryana, which stated that this particular piece of land that was in possession of the Skylight Hospitality could not be mutated. Rather, the mutation that had taken place was flawed. Why was it flawed? It was technically flawed because of a similar letter written by the same office of DG Consolidation on 4th of October 2012. That is approximately 10 days before this first letter, before the second letter. And this first letter issued on 4th of October 2012 stated that the ACO, that is the Assistant Consolidating Officer, is not the one who can mutate a land, who in fact is a subordinate. He is not entitled, according to the East Punjab Consolidation Act 1948 and Punjab Land Revenue Act 1887. Technically, the ACO, by the statute of these two laws, acts, the ACO cannot, that is Assistant Consolidating Officer, cannot mutate the land. And who is the one who can mutate the land? It is the Assistant Collector, Grade 2. Assistant Collector Grade 2 or a Consolidating Officer can in fact mutate the land. Here comes a very important technical point as to what is the hierarchy. What is the hierarchy according to the East Punjab Consolidation Act 1948 and the Punjab Land Revenue Act 1887? The hierarchy is, first is in the Punjab Land Revenue Act 1887, this junior most officer is Assistant Collector second grade, who is otherwise called as a Naib Tehsildar also. The one next to him, the one superior to him is the Assistant Collector Grade 1, whom we generally call as Tehsildar as well. Then one superior to him is Collector, the Commissioner, the Financial Commissioner Revenue, thereafter the High Court. Similarly, in the East Punjab Consolidation Act 1948, the junior most officer who can consolidate the land, as such, who can mutate the land, is Consolidation Officer. The second one, the superior to him one, the Settlement Officer, that's the District Revenue Officer. The third one is the assistant director, whom we otherwise call as deputy commissioner. The fourth one is the divisional commissioner and the director general consolidation. Now the important thing is, this divisional commissioner and director general consolidation has been delegated with revisionary powers of the state government under section 42 of the act. So revisionary power meaning he can revise whatever decision has been taken by the previous subordinates, by the ranking officers who are junior to him. Any decision taken by the ranking officers junior to him can be revised by the Director General Consolidation as per the section 42 of East Punjab Consolidation Act 1948. Who is the highest appellate authority here? Who comes after the DG consolidation? That is the High Court in this case. In Haryana, it would be the High Court of Punjab and Haryana. Now, what has happened in this particular case was the Director General Consolidation, by a letter dated 15th October 2012, has mentioned that the mutation which was done by an officer who was not entitled to mutate stands cancelled. It was by an officer of the rank of ACO who is not entitled to hold the mutation, so it stands cancelled. Now, what the government of Haryana has done is absolutely in contravention to what the law says. The government of Haryana, the Deputy Commissioner of Gurgaon, by a letter dated 16th July 2014, the Deputy Commissioner of Haryana writes a letter to the ACO that you need not follow what has been written in the letter in 15th October 2012, and the words that have been used are absolutely condemnable. The words are, the letter written by the DG consolidation in the year 2012, 15th of October, is illegal. Number 2, void. Number 3, without any jurisdiction. It is illegal, it is void, it is without any jurisdiction. If you want, I can even read it out in Hindi. It is a letter written in Hindi, and it reads, जो शून्य है, कानून संगत नहीं है, एवं अधिकार क्षेत्र से बाहर है. That is illegal, void, and without any jurisdiction. Now, this is akin to a lower court saying that the higher court's jurisdiction should not be followed. That the higher court has erred. It is illegal. A decision taken by a higher court is void, and hence the executing authority should not follow the higher court's orders. Now, if at all there was a problem, we may have problems with technicalities. If at all there was a problem, then who should have been the appealing authority? The appealing authority, by natural choice and as per the laid rules of hierarchy, would have been the High Court of Punjab and Haryana. Number 1, the question so remains, why did the government of Haryana shy away from going to the higher appealing authority, that is the High Court? Secondly, when both the aggrieved parties, that is the Skylight Hospitality, number 1, and the DLF, number 2, when both the aggrieved parties had no grievances in the sense that they did not apply to the High Court, they did not write any complaining letter. So why the government was in absolute haste to solve the problem before a particular date? Why was government, according to the Hindi's famous muhavara, Begani Shadi mein Abdullah Diwana? Why was the Abdullah Diwana in Begani Shadi, when both of them who were getting married or were in relation had no complaints, why the government was in haste? Or rather, should I say, ये बेगानी शादी तो थी ही नहीं. ये बेगानी शादी नहीं थी, इसलिए अब्दुल्ला दीवाना था. इसलिए सरकार को परेशानी थी कि जल्दी से जल्दी कुछ कर लिया जाए. And we see it as a parting gift. We see it as a parting gift to the Gandhi family before the Haryana government of Congress loses it out. Before losing the government, it is a parting gift to the Gandhi family, to the Vadras. Now, the big question is, मैं हिंदी में भी बोलूँगा अभी, बड़ा जो सवाल उठता है कि आखिरकार ये जो अपीलिंग अथॉरिटी हाई कोर्ट है, तो सरकार हाई कोर्ट के पास गई क्यों नहीं? क्या कुछ कारण है हाई कोर्ट के पास नहीं जाने का? हो सकता है एक बहुत बड़ा कारण भी हो. उसके लिए मैं आपके पास कुछ कागज पेश करूंगा. आप देखिए, ठीक इसी प्रकार के एक केस को लेकर, इन अ सिमिलर ऑकरेंस which had appeared between a person called as Bhupinder Singh, a party called as Bhupinder Singh, and the same Director General Consolidation, the aggrieved party had moved to the High Court of Punjab and Haryana. They had gone to the High Court. In the civil writ petition CWP number 21217 of 2012, civil writ petition number 21/7/2012 का डेट ऑफ डिसीजन है 19/7/2013। बिल्कुल सिमिलर केस है जिसमें कि एसीओ और असिस्टेंट कलेक्टर ग्रेड 2 को लेकर परेशानी है। क्या एसीओ असिस्टेंट कलेक्टर ग्रेड 2 का काम कर सकता है? इस विषय को लेकर पहले भी एक एग्रीव्ड पार्टी हाई कोर्ट में जा चुकी है। हाई कोर्ट ने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट विषयों पर ध्यान आकर्षित किया है। मैं कुछ चंद लाइन हाई कोर्ट के जो पूरे इसमें से पढ़ देता हूं। It is therefore abundantly clear that the Director Consolidation, also known as the Director General Consolidation of Holding, has jurisdiction to exercise power to examine the legality of any scheme prepared during consolidations or order passed thereunder. इससे हाई कोर्ट सिद्ध करती है कि जो भी निर्णय लेना है म्यूटेशन के बाबत, द फाइनल अथॉरिटी just before it, preceding it, is the Director General of Consolidation. उसका प्रूव हो गया। The affidavit, however, does not disclose whether Khasra Girwadis were corrected by Sri Dalbir Singh, that is the Assistant Consolidation Officer cum Assistant Collector 2nd Grade Gurgaon, in the exercise of power as Assistant Consolidation Officer or Assistant Collector Grade 2. कोर्ट ये पूछ रही है कि जो एफिडेविट सरकार ने दिया है उसमें यह स्पष्ट नहीं है कि जो व्यक्ति है दलबीर सिंह, उसने किस रूप से काम किया। क्या उसने असिस्टेंट कलेक्टर ग्रेड 2 के हैसियत से काम की, या उनका जो कार्यक्षेत्र रहा वो एसीओ अर्थात असिस्टेंट कंसोलिडेशन ऑफिसर के रूप में रहा। इसकी स्पष्टता नहीं है, ऐसा कोर्ट कह रही है। आगे कोर्ट कहती है, द स्टेट ऑफ हरियाणा इज देयरफॉर कॉल्ड अपॉन टू फर्निश अ रिकॉर्ड based detailed affidavit related to these matters, particularly documents prepared prior to, during and after consolidation, the ownership of land and reason why it was transferred. एफिडेविट देने के लिए कहा गया है। और लास्ट में आपका ध्यान आकर्षण बहुत महत्वपूर्ण लाइन की तरफ करूंगा। A week's time is granted to the state of Haryana as well as Mr. Dalbir Singh, that is the Assistant Consolidation Officer, present in the court to file their replies. The state of Haryana should also inform the court whether a CBI inquiry should be ordered into this entire matter. The most important line is the High Court wanted the state government why a CBI inquiry should not be initiated into all these things. And then happened the most important thing, the government talks to the petitioner and withdraws the whole case. The moment the court asks that a CBI case, why a CBI case should not be initiated, the government withdraws the petitioner withdraws the petition under pressure from the government, and the judgment comes as, after arguing for some time, counsel for the petitioner wishes to withdraw his petition with liberty to avail any other remedy as per law. सरकार ने उस समय अपने हाथ तुरंत खींच लिए जब हाई कोर्ट ने ऐसे ही एक केस में उनसे पूछा कि सीबीआई की इंक्वायरी क्यों नहीं होनी चाहिए। सरकार स्वाभाविक रूप से, यही कारण था कि आज सरकार हाई कोर्ट के पास नहीं जा रही है, एक जूनियर ऑफिसर से वो करवा रही है, which is classically a case of breach of hierarchy in the system of India. रूल बुक में breach of hierarchy है, ये करना उचित नहीं है। जो सवाल हमने उठाए, ये सवाल कांग्रेस के लिए है, ये सवाल कांग्रेस की सरकार जो हरियाणा में है उसके लिए है कि आप अर्थात सरकार हाई कोर्ट में क्यों नहीं गई जब हायर अपीलेट अथॉरिटी हाई कोर्ट है। दूसरा, जब दोनों ही एग्रीव्ड पार्टी अर्थात स्काईलाइट हॉस्पिटैलिटी और डीएलएफ यूनिवर्सल लिमिटेड दोनों ने किसी प्रकार का कंप्लेंट नहीं किया था, तो आप क्यों वहां इतने परेशान घूम रहे थे? आपको जल्दीबाजी क्यों थी? क्या देना चाहते थे आप? तीसरा, was it a parting gift? Was it a farewell return gift to the Gandhis by the Hudas? ये परिवार का एक सिंडिकेट है, केंद्र में एक सिंडिकेट है, तो उसी प्रकार का एक सिंडिकेट जो है हरियाणा में भी है। क्या ये एक गिफ्ट था एक सिंडिकेट का दूसरे सिंडिकेट को? इससे पहले कि केंद्र का सिंडिकेट तो धराशायी हो चुका है, इससे पहले कि हरियाणा का सिंडिकेट भी धराशायी हो जाए, क्या एक गिफ्ट देने का प्रयास किया गया था? और अंत में 3 छोटे छोटे बिंदु हैं। व्हाट इज द मोडस ऑपरेंडाई ऑफ द हरियाणा कांग्रेस गवर्नमेंट ऑफ लूटिंग द पीपल ऑफ इट्स लैंड? जो जमीन का स्कैम हो रहा है उसका मोडस ऑपरेंडाई क्या है? 3 बिंदु हैं और उस पे हाईएस्ट कोर्ट ऑफ द कंट्री के भी ऑब्जर्वेशंस रहे हैं। फर्स्ट है मनी मेड बाय द सेल ऑफ CLU, दैट इज द चेंज ऑफ लैंड यूज। चेंज ऑफ लैंड यूज ये अभी प्रचलन है हरियाणा में कि प्रति एकड़ जमीन के लैंड यूज को चेंज करने के लिए 1 करोड़ रुपए की रकम भी ली जा रही है, ऐसा भी हमने सुना है। तो मनी मेड बाय CLU और कॉलोनी लाइसेंस परमिशंस थ्रू फ्रंट कंपनीज टू द बिल्डर्स, एग्जांपल स्काईलाइट हॉस्पिटैलिटी। फ्रंट कंपनी को आप लाइसेंस देते हैं और CLU देते हैं, उससे आप पैसा बनाते हैं। दूसरा, forcible and distress sale of farmland due to threat of land acquisition, and in this एक किसान है वो अपना जमीन बेचना नहीं चाहता है, बिल्डर उसे अप्रोच करता है कि आप ये जमीन बेचिए, किसान मना करता है मैं नहीं बेचूंगा, मैं गरीब हूं, मैं खेती करूंगा। बिल्डर सरकार को अप्रोच करती है कि इस जमीन नहीं बेच रहा है, सरकार वहां सेक्शन 4 और सेक्शन 6 लगा देती है कि लैंड एक्वायर होगा। अब लैंड एक्वायर होगा और फलाना रकम हम कंपनसेशन के रूप में देंगे। बिल्डर पुनः आता है किसान के पास, आपको 25 लाख दे रही है सरकार, हम 40 लाख देंगे, आप जमीन हमें बेच दीजिए। तुरंत जो है डिस्ट्रेस सेल करता है फार्मर, किसान डिस्ट्रेस सेल कर देता है, क्योंकि सरकार ने अपने नीति को दरकिनार करके कि हम किसानों की भलाई करेंगे, बिल्डरों की भलाई के लिए, कॉरपोरेटों की भलाई के लिए सेक्शन 4 और सेक्शन 6 का आह्वान करती है और उसके बाद उसका लैंड यूज चेंज करती है, लाइसेंस देती है और करोड़ों खरबों का मुनाफा कमाती है। इसमें 2 स्पेसिफिक एडवर्स हाई कोर्ट्स ऑर्डर आर आल्सो देयर। इन विषयों, इस पर्टिकुलर विषय को लेकर, सेक्शन 4 और 6 को लेकर और डिस्ट्रेस सेल को लेकर हाई कोर्ट ने 2 टिप्पणी किए हैं। ऑर्डर डेटेड 20/12/2013 CPW नंबर 19096 ऑफ 2012 सन सिटी एट रोहतक, और दूसरा वाला केस बहुत हाल फिलहाल का है, ऑर्डर डेटेड 10/1/2014, अभी सितंबर में जो हमने जनवरी में जो देखा था, 10/1/2014 CWP नंबर 1406 ऑफ 2013 गुड़गांव लैंड सोल्ड टू बिल्डर्स। ये तो 2 बहुत महत्वपूर्ण विषय था। तीसरा जो तरीका है जमीन हड़पने का और जमीन बेचने का, वो है मिस अप्रोप्रिएशन ऑफ पंचायत एंड विलेज कॉमन लैंड्स इन कंसोलिडेशन प्रोसीडिंग्स। इसमें भी एडवर्स हाईकोर्ट ऑर्डर आया है 6/9/2012, केस नंबर 17775 ऑफ 2010। कुल मिला के कहानी इतनी है कि गरीबों, किसानों, मजलूमों की जमीन को, पीड़ितों के जमीन को सरकार ने हथियाया है, बड़े बड़े घरानों को फायदा दिया गया है, और एक पर्टिकुलर केस में किस प्रकार से जो सिंडिकेट है हरियाणा में, उसने अपने से बड़े सिंडिकेट, जो गांधी परिवार का सिंडिकेट है, उसे फायदा पहुंचाने की कोशिश की है। वह भी बहुत हेस्ट में पहुंचाने की कोशिश की है, क्योंकि उन्हें भी पता है कि उनकी सरकार जा रही है और जो सत्यप्रिय सरकार, जो सच्चाई को धारण करने वाली सरकार आएगी 19 अक्टूबर के बाद, वो ऐसा नहीं होने देगी। Knowing very well that a non-corrupt government is going to take the possession of Haryana post October 19, the Congress corrupt dispensation of Haryana has seen to it that in a haste, the land which was in dispute, the mutation of which was in dispute, in fact is legitimized and handed over as a parting gift to none other than the damad of this country, that is Robert Vadra. Mr. Modi has always said, the last sentence and I'm sure, the damad of the first family, Congress is damad. Mr. Modi has always said, yes, it is damad of the Congress. I agree with you, sir. Mr. Modi has always said that the 3 Ds which will propel the country to the future, that is democracy, demography and demand. But the Congress says, don't you worry, we have the 4th D which will take it all back, that is damad. Thank you.